Running is a big piece of my recovery. It's not something I depend on for my recovery. When I say recovery, I mean recovery from alcohol and drug abuse, or addiction rather. Running can't be the answer to my recovery because I'm going to get injured, I'm going to get hurt. The running might not always be there, but it is good therapy. And I find that at these races of ultra long distances, there are many people like me there. I find that there is a lot of people who deal with mental illness, with addiction, eating disorder, those kind of things, drawn to that long running game, probably because it takes an obsessive type of mind. You really have to get to know yourself. And some people will say, oh, you're exchanging addictions. You know, you gave up booze, you picked up running. A guy I know described it really well when he said, when I was using it, I was always putting masks on. I didn't even want to know who I was when I was using. I didn't want to face who I was and those hard truths. When I'm out on mile 80, I've pulled off every possible mask that I might possibly wear. I'm getting down to the core of who I am. I do like that feeling of being exhausted. And I do think that sometimes it takes a good several hours before you're really feeling good running. You really need to consider the difference between discomfort and pain if you want to get through it, I think. Because discomfort is something that's very acceptable and temporary. And so I think usually the miserable moments have come about because of weather. And you learn to kind of wrap your head around the pain and embrace it as, like I said, as discomfort instead of as pain. Immediately after a finish, you feel like you're in a bubble. Probably has to do with the sleep deprivation piece. Stop moving, you're probably going to fall asleep, no matter what's going on around you. So I think a lot of it has to do with that sleep deprivation. There's a great feeling of accomplishment, like, wow, I made it, of course. But usually that piece of it takes a few days to really process and sink through too. A third of the people may make it to the finish line. And you don't know if you're going to be one of those people and what you're going to encounter that day, either externally or internally, that you might be hopefully able to move through to get to the finish.